Alright, how we doing? We're going to take a look at the Springfield 1903 today. I got it in a really small case, so I do need to upgrade it to really tight. It's not meant for a scope or anything like that, so kind of jammed in there. So let's take a look. There goes a little Allen key. Kind of important to find. So get it sitting upright. Now it's a Springfield 1903. It's a 30-06 caliber. With some hairs on it. The way it was given to me, let me just make sure you guys can see it here in camera. Yeah, the way it was given to me was basically the barrel and a unfinished block here. I did obviously the openings to actually fit the barrel and the trigger assembly were obviously prefabbed. I couldn't do that myself, but literally it was like a square block that I had to kind of mold myself. So it was a pretty cool, interesting, you know, hobby to kind of have for about a year. It took me to get it done with funds and everything. What I ended up doing was pretty much just in my garage. I was sanding it down with Dremels, power sanders and stuff. You do have to be careful because a lot of the times it'll take a lot off and you get really quickly down to the size that you need to be. So a lot of it was done by hand, and that way to get it contoured to the the safeties and the barrel, the bolt, and all that good stuff. It also has like kind of like an integrated like cheek pad back here, without putting like a big rubber one on. So I didn't have anything, a barrel and a block of wood. Once I had that down, it was fitting snug. On the lower half here, this is like the magazine well. Getting that to fit in properly was pretty much the biggest pain in the ass. You could see here that it doesn't really fit flush. Mine's sticking out a little bit. I went too far down, but hey, what are you gonna do? But here where the trigger assembly is, it's really flush good. So that was pretty good for me to kind of nail that, and then smoothing the slope down where your hands are going to be gripping like that. Kind of went together with whatever bottom plate you wanted here for the the pistol grip end or whatever the hell you want to call it. I got this for like a couple bucks off of eBay, which I tend to do with a lot of stuff. A lot of these parts, the trigger, the magazine well, the bolt, I believe came off of eBay. Also, I had this Allen little stock piece for the, you could put some extra rounds or some tools. I tended to keep, a brush and that Allen key that fell out of the bag in there. I do have the original metal buttstock end piece here. And you could tell that I did it myself because I didn't even drill the, let me see if I can focus on that a little bit better for you. There you go. That's hopefully a little bit better. I didn't even drill out the rear end yet, but this is original to the, World War II style of the buttstocks here that were all metal. Some of them you can get that are like checkered, and obviously you can get the rubber ones, but I did have to mold that in. You can see the top there. What I did when they don't fit perfectly like that, because it's going to be really hard if you're doing it in your garage like me, obviously again for the first time, never done it, to get these contours of the metal frame to fit perfectly. So what I learned was you take a bunch of your wood shavings that you do when you're milling out this and sanding it and stuff, and you mix it with some wood glue, and then you kind of use that as like a body filler, whip it up, and then you kind of stick it in there. And with the gloss and everything, you don't even notice it. So turned out to be pretty cool. And kind of get back to it. Let's see. I did get an original. This is kind of, they're off of everything. Standard olive drab sling. They're on M16s, rifles, you know, all sorts of good stuff. So I ended up getting this in the mail. They sent me the wrong piece, so the guy ended up mailing me a sling with the piece that I ordered, and I think I got this or the piece for free, something like that. So that's pretty cool. Little knack that I got for free. So this came off of a weapon that I can't disclose, but it is a tripod here for the front end. Folds straight out in case you want to grab it like that. You don't want to fold it in the other way. They fold down, and they also extend if you want them a little bit longer to get that that higher arch. You know, if not, you're going to be bringing it down. You know, if you're lower to the ground or whatever the situation, you know, wants. You can also twist it a little bit if you're more comfortable leaning one way or you're on a little hill or something like that. So it's a pretty expensive piece that I was able to, you know, acquire from someone, which is a, yeah, it's pretty special to me to have this on there. So I also got this from another buddy. It's a Nikon, I think it's a 3x9 or whatever you call them. Really good scope. It's a Nikon Pro Staff scope. Beautiful scope. I wonder if you can see down the sights. It's probably going to be next to impossible to see, but let me see if I can kind of get it. So, there you go. You can kind of see that. It's a crosshair, standard pattern. The magnifier on it is really, really good, and you can see for long distances. So this is a really cool project, handed down from me from one friend. I got a piece from another friend and a piece from another friend, and I put the rest of the stuff together. It cost me about $200 to complete it, you know, minus the block and the barrel that was passed down to me. Really cool piece. Fires extremely large rounds and is very accurate. My first two shots I ever took with this were keyholed, so that again goes with the scope and you know, making sure you're aligned the scope properly. So really cool piece. A little extra little tidbit, if you have you know, if you're familiar with it. If not, I'll just kind of run through a little bit of the safety features. Flipping the bolt over locks it in place so you can't rack around back. Obviously, if you put it on the ready, you're ready to fire. Right now, you're in the on position, and basically what that does is when you rack this bolt back. Let me see if I can kind of get it upside down for you. When you rack the bolt back, it doesn't lock it all the way back, so you can still put it forward and then slide it down, even if there's a round nut in the chamber. Now, what I like to do is if you flip this switch all the way up to the on position, it racks it back. Now, I think you could fit 5 rounds or 7 or something like that, but it's just like a pistol. Once you fire, you're firing, and you run out, the slide will lock to the rear. It's just like the bolt. Once you're firing and you're going through the rounds, you're firing, and you pull back, and there's no more rounds in there, it locks it back for you. And then you have to put in another round and put this like little magazine well down, and then the bolt will slide forward. So the third option is to keep it in the middle, and this is for obviously when you're going to disassemble and clean your weapon. The middle selection, you know, makes you capable of opening up the bolt and pulling it back and out of the weapon so you can clean it and maintain the weapon. So this also, you know, again, you need to put the magazine well down, push it forward, and then you know, put it in whatever selection you like to be. Usually when I'm traveling, I'll obviously keep it in the safe mode. You can't pull the trigger, you can't move the bolt around. When you're ready to rock, I like to keep it in fire, and I like to keep the selector all the way up to the top. That way I know, you know, if you're into the scope and you get that tunnel vision, you know when you're out of round. So again, that's for maintenance, and that'll let you be able to rack it back and forward with their obviously not being around in the chamber. So pretty cool Springfield 1903. It's a 30-06, and I believe it is a 1943 from the year 1943. I haven't really dialed that in yet with the serial number and all that, but that's just my kind of guesstimate. So 43, 44 maybe. So hope you guys enjoyed, and it takes me a while. I can't really go to the range around the block with this baby, so you know, you can always check out my YouTube videos. I might have one up of this in action. Hopefully I can get a video of my wife shooting it. She likes it too. So stay tuned. I also have a Glock 23 and a 22 rifle that I'll also have up. Alright guys, take care.